How'd you feel about the game tonight?
We just, we had to make some adjustments, but we did what we had to do to tighten up, to get the game won, and we did that. Was able to create some separation with our defense, and, another good win.
How physical was that game tonight?
It was pretty physical. They're a team that, they play fast, they play aggressive, and they crash the glass. So anytime you got a team running in there, look at my lip like busted. So, they just, a team that plays that way is going to be a physical game because you got to play physical to, take away what they do well. So that's just the kind of game it was.
What do you think about having to go back in there in the fourth quarter?
I would have preferred not to. I landed on somebody's foot before I came out the first time. And then, sitting over there, once your mind is out of you, like, all right, this game is over, and then you got to go back. That's a tough thing to do. So, it's tough for our younger guys that's sitting over there for 3 quarters, and then they got to go in there and be emotionally into it, and, their body's got to be ready. That's a tough situation to be in. So, it's a luxury and an honor to be able to step into an NBA game, so that's not an excuse for them, but you also have to understand the situation that they're in. And, we had to go back in there and, basically tighten it back up and get it done, and that was that. That's what being a team is.
Damian, this is the you've been in this league for an extremely long time, playing the point guard position at a high level. What advice would you give somebody like Kevin Porter Jr. who is still trying to learn that role to adjusting to that point guard level?
I would just say to be a servant, especially as a point guard. You got the ball in your hands. Somebody like him who's going to have a lot of opportunity, more opportunity than other guys. It makes it more important to put the team first, and have guys' best interest and be in touch with your teammates. And I think that'll take you a long way. Your teammates know that you care about them, you care about their success, and you showing it with your actions. That's what I mean by being a servant. You allowing guys to be successful, creating opportunities for guys, speaking life into them, and showing with your actions and how you play that you care about them having success too, and being part of winning. And I think when you do things like that, and you're able to do it all the time, and guys see that it's real, it doesn't just go a long way for how your teammates respect you and what they're willing to do for you, but it'll make your team better. So that just makes your job easier as a point guard.
Let's go through some of the milestones you passed tonight. So 18,000. What are your thoughts on surpassing that? It's an honor, to have that level of success and score that many points. But I have to give credit to, the people that allowed it to be possible, my trainers, people that have invested time in helping me become the player that I've become, what I do physically on the court and mentally, the people that pour into me. And, I got to thank, the coaches, my first coaching staff, Terry Stotts, David Vanderpool, Nate Tibbetts, Dale Osborne, Jay Triano, Caleb Canellis. Like, I can go down a long list of Jim Moran, all of them, all the vets that played with me that just pushed me, but the coaching staff that, from day one gave me the opportunity to play free and play, a lot of minutes and play through mistakes and things like that. It's a lot of guys don't get that opportunity from day one, and they don't get the kind of freedom that I've had over the course of my career to reach this point. So I owe a lot of people, I guess, credit for this being a possibility. So, and I got to thank God for allowing me to be healthy, for the majority of my career, and to stay clear and stay clean mentally as well. So, a lot of people that I have to thank that played a part in me reaching this, this type of milestone. You passed Jamal Crawford, I think, for seventh year.
A lot of threes.
Yeah, so you passed
a whole lot of.
Yeah, I think you're 7th now in NBA history in threes.
I think like it's the same thing. I've had a lot of opportunity. I've shot in a lot of threes, so I feel like I'm a really good shooter. So if you have an opportunity to shoot a lot of them, you should make a lot of them, and I have. So that's a pleasure as well. I always see stuff on social media where they talk about, the greatest shooters of all time. And they always act like it's just crazy for people to mention me, you know what I'm saying? And I think for how many threes I've made, for how consistent I make them, the level of difficulty that I shoot threes with over years and years and years, You know, I just think it's kind of crazy that people don't mention me in those discussions, you know. Obviously, I think Steph is the greatest ever, you know, but I think after him, I don't see why, you know, why I'm not clear-cut in that discussion, you know, not just by makes, but, you know, how I shoot it and how, you know, how I make tough ones all the time, how easy I shoot the ball. So I'm looking forward to keeping climbing that list, you know. So once I get up there in that top 2, top 3, like, I'm curious to see what people will say about me as a shooter at that point.
Talk about what people say too. So the other thing, franchise, I think you passed Clyde, right? Passed Cliff Robinson in steals, which I mean, people kind of consider you one of those guys.
I mean, I'm not a steal the ball guy typically, but I guess to what he said, I've been in this league. What you say, forever? Extremely long. So if you play enough games, you're gonna have some steals. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's why.
How are you feeling about possibly breaking Clyde's record very soon? And did any part of you think you could do it tonight, or do you not think that way? Because we were all speculating. Did he chop 46 tonight?
I mean, I feel like I could have. You know, I got some pretty clean looks from 3. You know, I was positioning myself to, you know, just from what I saw on film with them to get some clean opportunities, and I did. I just didn't make them. And I think if I would have started the game making those and I would have saw it just going in, I probably would have been like, I'm going to go get it, you know. But it was never my intention to force it to happen. I just was going to see how the game went, and if it was appropriate, I would have did it. But, you know, I didn't come into the game like I'm going for 47. You know, I like for things to happen organically and not, you know, try to force moments to come. And, you know, it is what it is. It'll happen.
And you also seem like you were focused on facilitating as well. Like that sort of looked like.
I mean, after coming off last night in a game like this, I can't come into it and make it about myself. And, you know, then we lose the fact that we need to win the game. So like I said, I just played to what I felt like the cracks in what they do is. You know, I went off the ball, let Ant handle more, and I got on the ball. You know, I just kind of played the game to what I felt like would be beneficial to us and give us a good chance to win the game and not try too hard to worry about, you know, scoring or whatever. And, you know, we got the job done.